Alrighty. Hi, everybody out there at Westchester University. My name is Justin Brown, and welcome to the Residence Life and Housing Speaker Series. I am here with my co-host.
Oh, she's mute. Yeah, you're mute.
There was echo, so I muted myself. Hi, everybody. I'm Lena Paulson, one of the RDs here at Westchester.
And we are here with the very talented, very beautiful, and very funny Jackie Cruz. Jackie Cruz is a Dominican-American actress, singer, and model. She's known for her role as Marisol Flaca Gonzalez on the Netflix original series Orange is the New Black, and currently stars on and is a reoccurring role on NBC's Good Girls. She's here with us today. We hope you all have some great questions. Give it up for Jackie Cruz.
Hey guys, thank y'all for coming on your quarantines. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's nothing to do, so thanks for listening.
Yeah, well, thank you for being with us today. So what are you doing during your quarantine?
Well, I do a lot. Like, I'm actually really busy. Like I literally double booked myself. That's why I was 6 minutes late. But I just, I started this TV show called Live with Jackie. This is actually my office.
That's awesome.
And I pretty much started this thing to support my supporters. There's everybody's always supporting me, loving what I do, and I'm like, you know what, there's a lot of untapped talent in the world. Like, wouldn't it be cool to use my platform to kind of like see who is out there? And literally, I've been so lucky. I've had rappers from Colombia rap in Sweden, rap Swedish. Like, I've had people from even Japan.
Wow.
Where else?
I've been watching. I saw
like
Fat
Saudi
Joe
Arabia.
Yeah.
Like, really talented people. I'm just like, oh my God. So I thought it would be really clever to like inspire one another through this time. And it should be called Cry with Jackie, because I get so emotional because there's just so much beautiful talent out there that just has been undiscovered. Like, I just want people to know, just because you're on TV doesn't mean a lot. It just means that you were probably the full package, which is the look, the age, the talent. It's really that specific. And people give up because they don't get roles in life. And literally, I've had 100 no's before I got Flaca. So wow. Don't give up if that's really what you want. Like, I started at 15 and I got Flaca around 25.
Wow. That's very inspirational. Yes. So what's the first thing you're going to eat when you get out of here? When they finally lift this quarantine, what's the first thing you're going to go do?
Can I tell you something? My own cooking. I've become a chef, honey. Like, I'm good. Like, like I can stay home and cook. Like, I now have a little TV in my kitchen. Like, I have like some thyme, some fresh herbs. Like, I watch. Yeah, I've been watching like Ozark or something on Netflix, and then I just cook, or Ratatouille. I cook with a rat. I don't know. It's fun. I think I really don't. I'm not missing the restaurant vibe. I'm missing more like hanging out with my friends and like dancing.
Got it. So I was very surprised. So I watched Orange is the New Black. Very, very creative show. Brilliant individuals that are not only from the writers, producers, especially the actors and actresses. But my wife is like, oh, gotta watch this show called Good Girls. I was like, no, I'm good. And she's been saying that for months. So she comes in one day. She's like, baby, you gotta watch Good Girls. She's like, and they aren't good girls. And I was like, okay. I'll watch this thing. And then I'm sitting there and I'm watching one of the scenes, and here you go popping right out. I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this show. So are you having a good time on there?
Yo. It took me 4 years. I love Orange is the New Black, but to get a chair. First day on set, I have my own chair. Like, wow. It was beautiful. Like, the people treated me like family. Like, I got to go to a reading, which we don't really do that on Orange. And it was like a first experience, because I guess NBC is very different than Netflix. So I was like going into this new world, and it was beautiful. They all hugged me and loved me and like just made me feel so welcome. So that's why, like, and I knew Christina Hendricks because we were at a wedding together, and we like partied, like danced all night and like,
that's so cool.
Had a few cocktails.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
it was just the best experience ever, and I hope I can continue to come back. It just got all shut down because of quarantine right now. The whole Universal was shut down.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. I can imagine. Go ahead. Leah's got a question for you.
Yeah, so I'm curious. So one of your best known roles is as Flacca in Orange is the New Black. So how did being on Orange is the New Black change the trajectory of your career?
I mean, it changed all of our lives. Like, let's be honest, like Netflix, Orange is the New Black created binge watching. Sorry, we're the godmothers of Netflix. Like, that's what it is. You always remember me.
Yes.
When I'm 80 years old, you know who started Netflix? It was me. That's who. No, really, but like, that's what I feel. Like, all of us feel that. Like, you know, we were blessed to have the one and only show still till this day with the most diverse women, the most beautiful women, the most talented women, and I feel like we still need that. And we have crazy hardcore fans who are still we need a spinoff, and they're always tagging us on things, and I'm like, who knows, maybe in 10 years, like Friends, they always have a movie or a musical or something.
Yeah. Well, we have two of your co-actors, actresses coming on with us. We have Jessica in 2 weeks, and we also have Leah in 2 weeks. So we're really excited.
Okay. Leah Delaria?
Yes.
Oh, great. I mean, listen, those are my honeys. Like, and Leah would always she's like, it's all about Jackie Cruz. She always had like this thing, and she would take me to, you could talk to her about this. She would take me to the cubby hole, but I always thought it was the pony hole. And I'm like, when are we going to the pony hole? And it's like a lesbian bar. And trust me, honey, I never paid for a drink there. So like, I always want to go to the pony hole. So when you talk to Leah, just say, hey, Jackie was telling us about the pony hole, and she'll crack you up. She'll crack you up.
Yeah, we'll definitely ask her.
Those are my sisters, man. Like, we all of us like came from Broadway or like, you know, just working in the business for a long time. And it was our big break. And even for the people that were known, it was their big break all over again. So it was like I wonder how many big breaks, you know, we can get throughout. It's kind of amazing that we're free now. And it's like you're free from prison kind of in a way, because when you're on a TV show, you really can't audition for other things more than like an episode or two. So it feels kind of nice to be free and to see what this Hollywood world has to offer us. And then hopefully we'll come back together in the end.
Absolutely. Well, we want to thank you just for being here today.
Absolutely.
We're going to allow some of the students to ask you some questions, but in the meantime, how can people follow you? Like, if people want to pull up what you're doing right now while you're talking, how can they
you
follow
guys, if everyone on this thing would help me. I'm an independent artist, you know, I do everything myself. Like, Orange is the New Black gave me the finances after 4 years, just to be clear, to like pay for my music. And I produce everything you see on my YouTube channel is Jackie Cruz. And on everything I produced, I directed my latest short that was called Be Bad. It's a music video that just came out. And all I need you to do is just subscribe. And if you listen to Spotify, or any digital platform, just like my song and save it to your library. And literally, if 100 people do that, that will literally help me have my music be heard more through Spotify, because they're like, oh, people really like it. But obviously, only if you like it. Yes, I'm not going to force you to do things.
No, we're definitely going to do it. We're going to send out a thing at the end too. So in case people are on their phone and they're like, I can't hit the home screen because then I won't see Jackie. We'll send the instructions.
Yeah, I would love that. Please, just like on Spotify, I have my song is up on a bunch of playlists too. If you just like it and save it, and it'll continue to be on the playlist, and I'll get played. You know, maybe go on the radio someday. Thanks to you guys.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for, breaking all the barriers. I mean, that show was like the first of its class. I mean, not only for just how diverse it is, but because of the topics that were being talked about, topics that people are scared to talk about, scared to touch. I mean, all of the things that people personally felt closely tied to, activism and women's rights and people of color being, treated unfairly in the country. I mean, you hit some really hard topics on that show.
Absolutely. And the finale of the show was really hard, and because it's something that's going on right now. And literally after the show ended, I went and I protested at a detention center in Texas with my good friend and mentor Carmen Perez, and like, you know, I just was with the people. No one really knew who I was, and I just literally got to talk to some kids whose parents were stuck, and like children don't even smell like children anymore. Like it was really, really, really sad. And I left my heart in Texas, really, where the border was. It was a really sad thing, but it's beautiful that my TV show brought awareness to something like that, because a lot of people don't know about that. And I got to see it firsthand while acting it out. And I felt like this season, no one was really acting because it was so real. It's just those feelings came out naturally, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Listen, when you see the actresses' faces, it looked like not only because the show was ending, but also because the causes of what was happening. I'm sure it was personally touching you in an interpersonal way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to allow some of the students to ask their questions. So I'm just going to call on you. If I call on you, just unmute your mic, ask your question, and then mute yourself again. So we're first going to start off with Marissa. Marissa, are you there?
Here.
Hey, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, so I recently read an article that surfaced in March about when you were 16 and you had an accident and it was really difficult. And I just wanted to know, like, what was the thing that was guiding for you, and like how did you get from where you were before to where you are now? Because like that obviously takes a lot of like personal strength, and I think that's something that a lot of people could take into account and, you know, put into their own personal lives.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional because it's like, what the fuck? It's like Cry with Jackie, like not Live with Jackie. I just, every time I talk about it, I get really, really emotional because it's like, I always, when people ask me, I always go back to that. And holy crap, I like moved out when I was 16. I wanted to be this, you know, singer and actress, and my mom had me really, really like strict, like, you know, even with my clothes, like crop tops were no go at my home. So like a lot of things, you know, and I lived in a studio apartment, and my mother's husband was moving in, and my bed was in the kitchen, and I'm like, Mom, I'm a teenage girl, like I can't have this man live here, and like, where am I gonna bring the boys? No, I'm kidding, I didn't have any boys. I look good now. I didn't look good. I was like braces, unibrow, whatever. But I moved out, and then it was living it up, and then I couldn't afford to, because I worked as a coat check, and I worked at Baja Fresh, which is like a Mexican restaurant for like fast food. And I couldn't afford to live outside. And I asked my mom if I could come back, and she's like, you wanted to be an adult, go be an adult. So then after the accident, like I was on my way to a Wango Tango concert, and like we won tickets, and I pretended to be sick at my job, and I tried to go, and literally my friend who was driving, the roommate, like was going too fast, and she hit the curb, and like the car flipped, and I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, and I went out the window, and like literally I left my forehead in the freaking pavement, and I don't remember anything. I woke up 2 weeks later with a tube down my throat, you know, and then finally I got up, and my eyes were crooked and my face was crooked because the sixth nerve was being pinched by my brain, and I couldn't see right. And the doctor said they don't know if that's going to work. So I tried to kill myself a few times. I took Vicodin and I put it all in my mouth. They had to actually pump my stomach. And I met this little girl at the rehabilitation center because they wanted to make sure that my brain was okay, that I didn't have brain damage, even though my mom thinks I still do, but I really don't. And she wanted to make sure that I was good. And this little girl who was in a wheelchair and could never walk again was 10 years old, and her name is Melly. She's like, I think you're so pretty. That really changed the world to me because she looked up to me, and because I could walk. And I was sad because I didn't have any hair and my face was crooked. And eventually that all came back. My hair grew back, and I dedicated my music to her. And my song called Melly 16, if you watch the video, it's of my relationship with her and how she saw me see the beauty in me when I didn't see it in myself. So literally, I went back to the Dominican Republic and I worked out, and I started walking, then running, then I got a 6-pack. I had this mullet, and I was like, I'm going back to LA, honey, and I'm gonna make it. And literally it wasn't easy. Like I couldn't get a manager because I didn't look the stereotypical Latin girl, because in California they think like, oh, you're Latina, she has to be Mexican. Still till this day, I don't get roles because of my look. Even though I'm good, it doesn't matter. Everything has to be full circle. Like you have to look, you have to be the right age, you have to have the talent, and sometimes talent beats the look, because maybe middle America is used to seeing Latinas be just one thing. But that's what I love about Orange is the New Black. It changed that whole thing. And I kind of gave up on acting and I focused more on music. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just be myself. Let me write my feelings. Let me just do this. And I moved to New York. And after 6 years of giving up on acting, I tried, I imitated my friend from work and I auditioned for Flaca. And it was two lines. What the fuck is this? You can't put this sticky ice cream shit in here. And it was like, that's it, and that got me on the show. And I was like, what the fuck? And literally, I thought I just had one episode, and it was with Tasty. And literally, we fought. I said, girl, don't be afraid. Just do what you got to do. Because I wanted to be. It was like Survivor in there. We both wanted to be the best. So like, we really went at it. Like I had to soak myself in like Epsom salt. And that's the beautiful thing about Orange. They didn't know what to expect and they didn't know who they were going to choose. And I love how it was so organic. And I think that's why the show became so popular, because they saw who the people liked and they created more for that character. And that's how the show was made. Tasty wasn't a series regular. I wasn't a series regular. Uzo wasn't a series regular. It all happened throughout time and throughout like what people liked, because this whole binge watching was new to Netflix and we didn't know what to expect. But after season 1 was out, Diane and I went shopping at Soho, and we're like in Macy's and people are recognizing us one day after the short is out. And she's like, oh my God, are we like famous? And it was like crazy. And it was like really fun. And she was like, oh my God, I think we're like famous. Let's take pictures. So like we started taking pictures of people, and it was like, it felt so beautiful. We got stopped by like 10 Argentinian girls, and they're like, oh my God, we don't see ourselves on TV. And literally like we see ourselves because of you guys. Thank you. And also because me and Diane Kiss, like LGBTQ community, you helped me come out.
Yes.
I don't even know what the freaking question was. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll talk all day.
No, this is good. No, this is good. Keep going. Keep it rolling. Like, yeah. No, this is good.
I don't know. What got me out of it was Melly. She made me believe in me. My mother made me believe in me. She said, Jackie, you survive for a reason, and you have to make it. There's no other choice. You have to make it, not for you, but for everyone else. So I don't know if that answered the question.
Yes. So we have Taylor McKinney here. Taylor, go ahead and ask your question to Jackie.
I think my question was, who was the most like fun to work with on set of Orange is the New Black?
Well, I gotta say my scene partner, my usual scene partner, Diane and Selenis were the best. Like Diane, she it was like, we'll never forget those moments. That was like, we did this together. It was a journey, and like we had our ups and downs. And I would have to say Diane. I'll never forget working with her. And also like all my Latina girls, like Dasha, Selenis, like we were a family and we fought like sisters, and we still do, but we still have each other's back. So definitely the Spanish Harlem. But it was definitely fun to work with Black Cindy when I did my radio show. Because when I was young, I literally did a radio show called KKTY Radio. And it was like really dope to actually, wow, it happened. It happened through Flaca, but it happened.
Right. So Allie Short is our question, and I want to let you know that Allie Short is actually our campus Miss WCU. She currently holds the crown, and she does a lot of activism and work with her platform, which if she wants to tell you about it, I'll let you know. But she's coming up next with her question.
I'm talking to a queen right now. Oh my God.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
So the question I had for you, you're my favorite, by the way.
That's what you say because I'm on here. Because I'm on here. You're gonna say that to Leah and Jessica too.
You're gonna have to watch. You're gonna have to watch this.
I'm gonna have to watch.
What was your favorite scene to film on Orange is the New Black? Like it could be most fun or like most influential. Just what was your favorite?
I'm not gonna lie. People are gonna think I'm a lesbian for this, but I am bisexual. But kissing Diane was definitely the funnest thing because I was like, "You ready, girl? You ready?" I drank coffee all morning for you. She's like, "Stop it! I hate coffee. Don't drink coffee." And it was like, "Go, go, go!" And I'm like, then I do a little gum for her. But I would have to say that was beautiful because we were scared to do it, and but we were best friends at that moment. Like, I'm not gonna say we're super close anymore because, you know, she moved, I moved, you know, things, whatever, but we're still friends, but not like that moment. That moment was unforgettable. So, and that's what I tell her all the time is like, when I made out with you was my favorite. You're welcome.
All right, yeah. There we go. The next person up is Taj. Taj, you have a question?
Hey, Ja. Hey, y'all. I had a question. My question was basically, what are some of your favorite on-set moments? And I also asked about how the show impacted your career and like, what are some of your future goals?
Oh, okay. What's the first one again? The first one? Because I can't hear you.
Some of your favorite on-set moments.
Oh, definitely stealing salt and vinegar chips from from Danielle, Tasty. So we had this thing for like salt and vinegar chips, and that's my thing. And I would steal them from set, like I would take a bag, put it in my pocket, then take another bag, put it in my pocket. Then by the end, I would have like 6-7 bags in my room. And Tasty would be like, "Can I get one of those?" And I'm like, "Damn it." And I would like, and then the funnest part too, we would all sit in the room and have lunch together and talk shit. What's going on with you? Who you dating? Who, can you believe this shit? Da-da-da. And literally we will all sit on the floor in the room talking shit. And also back then when a dub smash was a hit, I would always make all the girls do dub smash. So I have this dub smash video when I was like, "It's crazy in here." And then I'd go back and it's all the girls dancing like crazy. I gotta post that again because that was amazing. I love doing dub smashes with the girls. We were bored and all we did was talk shit. Sometimes we would bring wine. Now we could say this, right? And like, I try to hide it and I put it under my bag and then we would leave. And one time I dropped the whole bag in front of a producer.
Oh my.
And it cracked in front of him, wine everywhere. And I'm like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "You guys gave me this, remember? I just left it, I'm sorry." But it was really empty. Don't drink at work, guys.
Well, none of them should be drinking because they're all under 21. It's against
that's right.
all against the student code of conduct. So yeah, we'll make sure.
You guys, no alcohol until you're 21, really.
So so there's actually a really good question here. I'm gonna go ahead and skip down to this one. This is from Jenna. So Jenna, I'm gonna allow you to go ahead and ask this question yourself.
Okay, first off, I just wanted to say that, Jackie, I've been a fan of you since the show started, and I love Flocka, and I love what you represent.
Thank you.
I'm from Philadelphia, and so I also grew up with a single mother, and my sisters, of course, I'm the youngest. So my question is really like, I'm a criminal justice major, and I care about the criminal justice system and reforming it. Sorry, it's a lot, but I'll just get to the basis of it. Do you feel like the correlation between like disproportionate communities, people of color, LGBT people, anyone that's been affected by the system, like the harsh treatment, do you feel like there is a correlation between that and how like you've grown up, and how do you think that represents who you are today, and how do you think people like me, I'm 19, can change that? People that aren't directly affected, obviously, but I feel it's my responsibility to see it and do something about it. And
I think it's all of our responsibility. Yeah. When I started Orange, I was judgmental on like, wow, if you're in prison, you must be a bad person. You know what I mean? Like that was the stigma. That was what people thought. Oh, she must be really bad or whatever. And working on Orange is the New Black changed my mind completely because number one, there's a lot of Black and Latinos in prison, most of them. And I was hit firsthand. And I know since I was 3 years old, how it felt to have someone be taken away from you and put in a place where, you know, you don't know what's going on. And I really think it's important for all of us to maybe bring the awareness that prison right now, it is like slavery, and a lot of people that are innocent are in prison, and a lot of little problems that could happen to you. Like I did this campaign for a women's prison association called Second Chances, and I met a lot of women who were in prison, and literally one thing that this girl said, hey, I was getting beat up by 3 girls and I threw a rock and hit a girl, and she was arrested because it was endangerment, you know, because it was a deadly weapon, a rock. And it's really crazy, the little things that you can end up in prison for and stay in prison because they want you there because they make money by you being there. And it's really gross and disgusting. And I didn't know any of that. And especially now at this time when there's a lot of people who don't have the right paperwork to be in this country, they're treated like prisoners. And it literally, because season 7, literally those detention centers are worse than prison. It's really terrible. And they're not prisoners. They didn't do anything wrong. They're just trying to seek asylum, trying to find a better life for their children. And me being first generation, I understand that because my mom is Dominican and she came here to give me a better life. And look, I do have a better life. So I am a witness and I am a testimony to that. And thank God for Orange is the New Black that I could use my voice. Thank God for Piper for using her voice to bring this show onto Netflix, because I think that Orange is the New Black changed the world, and it even had Kim Kardashian talking about it. Come on now. And she's the most famous person in the world, and I'm so proud of her to use her voice for something so big like this, because we really, really need anybody's help, everybody's help, actually. Not anybody, everybody.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
And we have a lot of first generation students here that attend Westchester. I mean, do you have any advice for those individuals? I mean, I know they're coming in. This is a brand new world for them as well. What would you say if you were able to speak to our first generation students?
I mean, love your parents, man. It's a Cry with Jackie live.
I didn't mean the question to hit home. I promise. No, but we appreciate your authenticity and just being real with us. I mean, this is a reality for some of our students.
Yeah. Really, 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 everything that you want to do, just fucking do it. Like, study. Be everything they think you can't be, because you can be everything. And thank your parents, because they changed their world so you can be better than them. Sorry.
Yeah. No, listen, you have nothing to apologize for. Again, this is people's realities. These are real situations. And
my mom was 15. I'm lucky to be here. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. We got another question on here. If I could just pull this up. Why did I go into grid mode here? Give me a second. Let me find out who this is. And I might be saying your name wrong. Similin? I know I said your name wrong. I am so sorry. Simyolin?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, it's Simyolin.
Simyolin. Okay, I was kind of close there. Go ahead.
Cool. Jackie, I'm a huge fan. Love the show.
I don't see you. Are you on camera?
Yeah, my camera's broken though, unfortunately.
Oh, that's all right.
Sorry. But I'm
your voice is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Your voice is gorgeous too.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan. You're the best. Floritza made the show for me. Greatest team ever. I'm just curious. I remember you from back in the day, from Keeping Up with the Kardashians. You were like on an episode with Courtney. This is like mad long ago.
10 years, baby.
Oh God, yeah, 10 years. Like, do you still keep in touch with those people?
You know what's crazy? I never really liked talking about it, maybe because like I don't want people to think like, oh, she was on a reality show. But you know what? That was a moment in my life that I find really special, because it was just random. It all happened really organic and random. And I'm not really close to Courtney or anything, but recently at the Oscar party, I got invited to Madonna's house. And yes, Madonna, you heard right. Wow. And literally I was a +10. So it wasn't me. I was +10. I was number 10. Let's be honest here. And it was one of my friends who is good friends with those celebrity people, and he was like, Jackie, would you like to come with me? We co-starred in a movie we did recently. And I said I would be honored. And I saw Courtney there, and literally we've seen each other so many times in this Hollywood world, and I'm so shy to be like, do you remember me? You know what I mean? Like, my tongue was in your mouth, but like but not really. So this time I was like, Courtney, and then she was like, Jackie, and I was like, this is so stupid, let's just like hug and say hi, like, how are you? And it was like a really dope ass reunion, and it was 10 years later. And honestly, she treated me the same when I was, on the show, and the same now, like even more friendlier, because she's like, all right, I see you, you know what I mean? So I'm just proud of everything I did. I really don't regret anything. I feel like God has a path for you, and everything is meant to happen, in the future. I don't know, maybe she'll be on one of my TV shows, because I got an idea for her. So we'll see.
Well, we hope so, because listen, anything they want to put you in, we will definitely watch. We got a question from Danielle Blair. Danielle, are you there?
I am.
Hey, Danielle.
Hi.
I love your hair.
Thank you. I was curious, what was it like being a part of something from My Chemical Romance, and how did that come about?
Oh my God, I'm so happy that you recognize me. So my dream is always to be a vampire, and Flaca's dream is to be on Chemical Romance. So I'm like, let's just both bring our dreams together and make it happen. So Chris Merge, the director of that, he actually wrote my new TV show that I'm planning to do, which is about my relationship with Melly, who is my friend who's in a wheelchair, and we don't really see much of that. And you know who's gonna play her? Oh my God, this is a secret.
Okay, we won't tell anybody. Yes, we won't tell anybody.
I'll tell you. We could post everything else with this one. You know who Jillian Mercado is?
I don't think so.
You should look her up. She walks, she's in a wheelchair, but she is the first model to do Fashion Week, and she's gonna play Melly. And awesome. She's incredible, and she's Dominican as well. So what was the question?
It was about being a part of the My Chemical Romance video.
Oh yeah, so Chris, he directed that, and he's like, yo, I'm directing My Chemical Romance. I'm like, oh my God, can I please be an extra on it? I didn't get paid, I think maybe $100 or something, but I just wanted to do it for Flaca's fans, and because I wanted to be a vampire. And it was incredible because I got to work with one of the vampires from Lost Boys.
Oh.
Yeah, so the guy next to me, the older man, he was one of the leads in Lost Boys, and it was just beautiful. I got to meet the band, and it was just kind of full circle, like Flaca talked about her, oh my God, you could totally go to My Chemical Romance and you totally fit in. And literally, I'm trying to live Flaca's dreams. Another dream that for Flaca that nobody knows about, that didn't make the cut, was one day I'm gonna go to Hollywood, and I'm gonna make a song with Lady Gaga, and we're gonna make a song, and it's gonna be called Flacaga.
Wow. Oh wow.
Can you believe that didn't make the cut? I was so mad.
That's iconic.
I can't believe it.
What the hell? I should redo it and just do my own video. I'll be Flaca at home.
You should. Oh my gosh, if you did that, I think your fans would just go wild. All right, so we have two more questions, Jackie. We have two more questions for you, and we're gonna let you get out of here. Our first question is from Marissa. Marissa has another question, and I think it was a really good one, so I wanted to throw her in there again. Marissa, you still there?
Looking for Marissa.
Marissa, you got to turn your mic on, girl.
Now, what page is Marissa? Because I'm on my phone.
Oh,
I don't know, but if talk, it should like pop to the front.
Oh, to the front.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So I asked the other question earlier, but now, like, how did you get into this career and how has that impacted you in your life?
Well, I watched The Bodyguard in the Dominican Republic, and Whitney Houston is my ultimate goal of life. Like, I love Selena. That's why I'm wearing like the red lip. It's her birthday today, and I have like her belt on right now. So Selena's a big part of my life, but because she's just like me in a way. But Whitney Houston, there's no one like her. And when I saw The Bodyguard in the Dominican Republic, I was like, Mommy, I want to be like her. And then my mom, she's from Queens, and she's like, let's see if you are what it takes, honey. And I was like, literally, Flaca is my mom, by the way. And I was like, I started to sing for my mom and act, and she's like, I think you got some potential. So she started putting me in acting classes. I just recently started taking vocal lessons. I just did it through Whitney. Whitney kind of taught me how to sing, which is crazy. I don't sing like Whitney, but she helped me find my voice. So it was definitely Whitney. And my mom said, she put me in classes. And when I was 15, she moved me to Hollywood, just me and her. First time we ever lived together, and I couldn't stand her, and I moved out at 16. I ran away. I wouldn't say I ran away because she knew I was leaving, but I was like, I don't want to live here with your husband and in a studio apartment, and I need my space. And she's like, oh, really? So I definitely, was really bad. I rebelled against her, and then God punished me with that terrible accident. But I know that it was a slap in the face because I was going the wrong direction, because Hollywood is not easy. Anytime you come to Hollywood, you got to be very careful. There are a lot of fake people. There are a lot of drugs. You could get in the wrong little clique, and I felt like I was in the wrong clique, and God smacked me in the face by taking me away from that with a really terrible accident. But thank God for that, because it made me unique and different, and I survived something that was unsurvivable, because I wasn't supposed to be here. Like, I had brain surgery, and literally my mom said goodbye to me, and with a priest, and I survived out of a miracle of God and prayers. So literally, I'm meant to do this, and I'm gonna make it with my talent. I'm not gonna make it any other way, and that's maybe why it's taking me so long. But thank you for supporting me and coming on this journey, because my music is gonna be classic one day, and it's because of Selena and Whitney, and those are my people. And maybe when I die, I'll be a legend. Who knows?
Well, I think you're a legend right now. I mean, what you're doing are so relevant, and people just want more.
Thank you.
So
but you got to think that way, guys. The only person who's going to believe in you is you. You know what I mean? Like, everybody says she can't do it. Oh my God, they laughed at me. Literally, when I was in the Kardashian, people laughed at me. When I was on Orange Is the New Black on Netflix, my cousin, everybody laughed at me. Oh, really, Netflix? I gotta order that. I gotta pay for that. People laughed at me when I was on Netflix. I got a new TV show. Oh, it's a web series? Okay, sure.
Wow.
Web series. 3 SAGs later, boo.
Right. You just got to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. I mean, that self-confidence is really important. That's something that we
and it's not easy, guys. It's not easy, because right now I'm doing my music on my own, and just to get people to listen to my music is really hard, because they're like, oh, she wants to sing now. And people don't know that was like my first love. And people need to understand that singing and acting go hand in hand. But for me, acting and actors, it's easier to be someone else than to be yourself. So being myself was really hard. And now I'm comfortable in my own skin. Now, after my whole life, I'm the most confident and the most comfortable with my vocals, with my body, with myself now. And that's why I feel like now is my time for music,
Absolutely. Well, Jackie, we have our last question. We think this is a really good question. And then we're going to get your final thoughts. So like, your final thoughts is like anything that you want to just lead us out on. So you get to have the last word in this, and it's really, really cool. So our last question is by Jenna. So I'm going to allow Jenna to go ahead and ask that question.
I just wanted to know, I'm also part of the LGBTQ community, and I really represent it. I love how you represent it, even as Flaca. I just want to know, like, how do you feel being a part of this community has changed you, and how do you think we can better represent our community and, go for that inclusiveness for people our age, and just like generally, how does that shape you as a human being?
You know, the African American community is my favorite community, and I have to say that because they help each other out. And I feel like what comes with Latinos, we're very competitive because there's not enough opportunities. And instead of you complaining about not having opportunities, you should make the opportunities. And that's what I love about the African American community. They help each other. They're strong. They're champions for each other. And in our community, we fight each other. We try to compete with each other. We try to be the only one because there's no opportunities. And that's the freaking problem right now. And if we can just go together, and you know, that's not everyone, because there are incredible actresses who want to support each other, but just look. I just want you to look who supports who, and just, you know, that should tell you enough. And I just think it's not fair that we fight with each other so we can have that one role. I think that we should just continue to make those roles for each other. I'm making my own TV show. I'm producing my own shit so that I can put my people in there, because for me, it started off selfish for just myself. And now it's not about that. And I realized that after my accident, after what my mom told me, after everything I've been through in life, it's about opening the doors for all of us, for my little sister. It's about me being in the front lines and fighting harder and being rejected more and more, so that maybe you don't have to be rejected as much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody, if you're just tuning in, this is Jackie Cruz. Obviously, we don't need any introduction. You know who this is. Jackie, again, before we give you the final thoughts, how can they follow you again? How, if they want to reach out to you, like, how do we?
Please listen, I literally try to look at every message, DM me, like, come on my Jackie Live. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11:11 PST AM. Pacific time. And then on my Instagram, it's Jackie Cruz. On my YouTube, also Jackie Cruz. And please subscribe to my page, please. I only have like 4,000, which is crazy.
We're gonna take all the information at the end, and we're gonna send it out to everybody. That way.
Yeah, and the Spotify on all the playlists. If you can just like my song, my recent song, Be Bad, and like Hija de Chavez, my album, and just save it in your library, it would really help me so much, so that like people start listening to it, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, Jackie, you're going to take us out. So go ahead. Final words. What do you want to be remembered for? Anything you want to say? 3, 2, 1.
I want to sing a little Selena at the end. Is that okay?
Listen, this is all you. Go ahead. We want to hear it.
Because it's her birthday today.
We're getting a lot of claps. Oh, happy birthday, Selena. Happy birthday.
Oh, let's see. Yo sé que tienes un nuevo amor. Sin embargo, te deseo lo mejor. Si en mí no encontraste felicidad, tal vez alguien más te la dará. Como la flor, con tanto amor, me diste tú. Se marchito, me marcho hoy. Yo sé perder, pero ay, cómo me duele. Pero ay, cómo me duele. He loves my singing.
Absolutely beautiful. Yes. Jackie Cruz, everybody, check her out on all her social media platforms. Oh, you're getting a lot of claps here. Do you see them?
I'm getting a clap right here.
All righty. Again, this program is brought to you by Residence Life and Housing Services. Please check out our speaker series. Tonight we have Craig Robinson coming on. Tomorrow, Tim Pulsid. He's like a 4-time CrossFit champion. We got DJ Torok, who's going to be also spinning some beats tomorrow. Our ads for everybody else next week have also come out. So thank you all for coming out. All righty, everybody.
Thank you so much. You guys had incredible questions. Tasia, Marissa, Jenna, Taylor, Danielle, Tina, Avery, Leah, Jenna, just thank you so much for being on and listening, and I do appreciate it. So much love, and hopefully you guys come on my live. We'll talk FaceTime.
We will. Thank you again for being with us.
Bye.
Bye.